Imagine yourself on holiday, chilling by the beach, chilling by the pool, and instead of seeing rolls on your stomach, there's just a shredded six pack. Having abs doesn't only enhance your physique, but it also makes it a lot stronger. Your strength in the lifts, your strength in sports, everything is enhanced with a good core. Now there's a lot of info out there on how to get a six pack. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. I'm breaking it down, I'm making it concise, simple, and I'm gonna give it to you in the format that you like the best. First of all, the basics of abs. For your abs to show, there needs to be two things present. Your body needs to be a low enough body fat percentage, and the second is enough muscle development. The ideal body fat range you want to be around is around 15%. You can see like the outline of that point, and the lower you go, the more sharper and more visible your abs will be. And you don't need to be single digits like you see all these roid head influencers talk about. If you can see your abs and you're happy with your physique, that's cool. And the second point is you don't have enough muscle. So you don't want to be like those TikTok e-boys where you just built like a twig and you can see the abs because you're starving. You actually want it to be chunky and well developed. Just like any other muscle, you have to hit it and train it correctly. Here's the practical steps on how to get the abs. So it depends, it'll change whether you're overweight or underweight, but first we'll talk about if you're overweight. So if you're overweight, you know, you've got a lot of body fat stored, especially around the stomach. That's what it is for guys. The way you're going to have to get your abs is by going on a calorie deficit, and that is to lower your body fat percentage. Now the way to do that is we need to do a bit of quick maths, so you can follow on the screen and you can do these calculations yourself. This will help you calculate the amount of calories that you want to be eating to be in a healthy deficit. So we'll use me as an example and you can follow along with this. So you're going to do 10 times whatever your weight is, for me 65, plus 6.25 times whatever your height is in centimeters, for me 165. And you're going to minus that by 5 times 24. So any of the green areas you input your information, and that will give you something called the BMR. That's your basal metabolic rate. You don't need to worry about that. Then you times that by an activity level. So this is basically how active you are in your day-to-day life. For example, are you sat in an office all day? Do you walk a lot? Are you highly active like construction? So I've done 1.4 and this is the levels that you do for that. So you put one of those numbers in there depending on your lifestyle. And that right there for me, 2185, that's my maintenance calories. So that's the amount of calories I need to eat to stay the same weight basically. And then from there, what you're going to do is times that by 0.85 because we want to do a 15% decrease basically in our calories. And that number that you get there at the end, for me, 1857, that's what I should be eating in order to be on a healthy calorie deficit. As long as your calories are following that, then you're cool. You don't need to calculate your protein, your fats and your carbs as well in order to be losing weight. So get MyFitnessPal and get a weighing scale as well. The next thing is you want your abs to pop, and that is through training. A massive mistake I've seen people make is just training abs way too light. They'll just do a set or two of sit-ups at the end of a session, but that's not going to work in my opinion and what I've found. Your abs are like a machine, bro. It's like keeping you upright all day 24/7. It needs to be hit hard, and that I found is through difficult and weighted movements especially. So these are the 3 exercises that I would recommend to build muscle. Number 1, decline weighted crunch with a plate. So you start off with your body weight, and as you get stronger and stronger you add weight. So you basically hold like a 10 kg, then do it, 20 kg, then do it. Second exercise is a cable kneeling crunch. So you kneel down, grab the cable, and same thing, you put the pin in, and as you get stronger you increase the cable crunch. And the third is a hanging leg raise, so you work the bottom of your abs as well, and this is a really good exercise for your stabilization. Now if you implement these 3 exercises and you do it for at least 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps, and you want to do that at least twice a week, so you can add that into one of your routines and switch them up. Just make sure you've got those exercises in there and you're hitting them with progressive overload week after week. And when it comes to tips to engage in your core properly, the first one is you want to keep your core tense. For me, I found that when my core's loose, then it just doesn't engage as well. When I say keep your core tense, imagine like someone's going to hit you in the stomach. You see, you keep your core tight, right? That's the way you want to be throughout the movement. The second point is to breathe out at the top or when you crunch and the ab movement. That is huge, but it makes a massive difference. And when you breathe out, you really get the extra contraction of your abs. Now, even if you are overweight or you've still got the fat on your stomach, I'd recommend training abs anyway. Because what will happen is your abs will start thickening up, and then your body fat will start decreasing anyway. So by the time you're lean enough, your abs will be popping. So it just saves you time instead of doing it one after another. Now the next part is if you're not overweight or you're underweight or you're lean enough, then basically you just implement the training, to be honest. You just eat the calories that you want to maintain, and then you implement the training and you make sure you go really ham on that, and you'll probably see the results a bit faster than the people that are overweight, just because you've got a low body fat percentage to start. So a quick overview on that: if you're really lean and you do want to put some muscle on anyway, you find out the maintenance calories like we did before and you times that by 1.1. So for example with me, I would get my maintenance calories that were before 2185, and I would times that by 1.1, so that's a 10% increase in my calories. That's just the lean bulk, so you're eating a bit more food so you can build muscle a bit faster, and then you just implement the same training like we did before. The easiest way to build a habit of eating properly is to create a meal plan, because then it just encourages repetition. So a meal plan already has the right amount of calories set, and you can see exactly how many grams of food that you need to be eating in order to hit that. So once you've got that, all you've got to do is weigh your food every day, and weighing is not a big deal, to be honest. In my opinion, it takes about 5 seconds. You've got a weighing scale, you put some stuff on it, boom, get the number and you eat it, right? And then once you've created the meal plan, you just got to make sure you hit them grams every day, and you can use MyFitnessPal for that. And you don't need to worry about counting every single calorie, bro. As long as you're close enough, that's fine. As long as you're generally in that deficit, that's going to do you well in terms of losing that body fat. But yeah, if you're serious about getting your abs to show, I would 100% get a meal plan set up and just do it for a while, and you'll see massive results, or you'll get to that result so much quicker. So it's dependent on you, bro, if you want to do it or not. So I'll leave a basic link of a meal plan below, and you can adjust it to your calories, so then it's fitting the right numbers for you. But apart from that, my message, bro, keep building, keep progressing, and I'll catch you in the next one.